Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have a new product from TP-Link, the TP-Link Archer AX23. And I would like to say thanks to our friends at TP-Link Philippines for giving us an opportunity to review and test this new Wi-Fi 6 router. And guys, I'm really amazed on how this router performs. But for now, let us try to check what are the things that are included in the box. We have the unit itself in black color. Some parts are actually shiny like a piano finish, and some parts are in matte black. And that piano finish is actually a fingerprint magnet. We have the power brick, a LAN cable, a quick installation guide, and a Wi-Fi card. For the specs of this router, this is Wi-Fi AX1800, dual band, 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency, OFDMA, beamforming, have 4 fixed high-performance antennas, 1 gigabit WAN port, 4 gigabit LAN port, dual-core CPU, can be configured as a router or access point, or even a mesh unit. And now, let us go with the configuration. Okay guys, for the configuration, we will be using our desktop instead of the mobile application. And currently, we are connected on the TP-Link _997F_5G, which is the default SSID of this Wi-Fi router. And the default IP for the web management console is 192.168.0.1, but just to make sure, let us try to check the gateway that we are getting from this Wi-Fi router. IP config, then enter, and as you can see, the default gateway is 192.168.0.1, and usually the default gateway is the web management console's IP. And let's hit enter. And directed to the main page, which is you need to create an administrator password. Please remember the administrator password for future configuration that you want to change on your router. And for this one, we have to enter an admin password. Create new one, then let's get started. Then after that one, we will be redirected to the select your time zone. For us, it will be +8. Okay, then hit next. Then for the connection type, you can actually select if it's static, dynamic, or other connection type. And for us, it is dynamic. Let us click next. And after that one, you can also set the MAC address of this router. You can use the default MAC address, or maybe clone current device MAC, or use custom MAC address. Then we'll be using use default MAC address for this one, and hit next. And for the personalized Wi-Fi wireless setting, it is Smart Connect is enabled. But now let us try to check the network name or SSID of the Wi-Fi. And we have to enter its TP-Link _ and maybe let's say this is AX23. Okay, and if you notice, there is Smart Connect, and we don't have 2.4 or 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency currently. But if we uncheck the Smart Connect or disable the Smart Connect, you'll see the 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. So we will be setting the 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency separately. Okay. If you click Smart Connect, what it actually does is give you one network SSID, which is TP-Link AX23, and the router itself will be the one responsible if the device connected will be allocated or put into 2.4 or 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. And for us, let us enable 2 Wi-Fi frequency and hit next. And currently, it will test the connection. Okay, and currently, there is a potential network issue detected. Reconnect your device, then click next to resolve this issue. Okay, let's us try to check if we are already connected on the new SSID that we have set earlier. And currently, not yet. Okay. Okay, and currently we are already connected on the new SSID that we have set earlier. This is the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency, and this is the 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. It has 5G at the last part of the name. And let us click next on this one. And as you can see, this is the notification that we have received earlier. It detected a double net. Okay, and you can actually just click none of the above, but for us, we will set this as independent of my modem. Okay, so this is actually our configuration. We have a modem router provided to us by our ISP, and this is the AX23. And just hit next. Then we highly recommend that you remove your old router directly to directly connect your modem to this TP-Link router. Okay, just hit next for that one. You can actually change the configuration if you want to, but for us, we'll just proceed with the simple configuration and have the internet connected. Okay, and get TP-Link cloud service. You can actually create an account for this one, so you can actually remote your Wi-Fi router even if you're not on your home to configure or set up other changes on the router. But for us, let us skip this one. And there you go. We already have our Wi-Fi router working. And let's try to check and access maybe TP-Link. Okay, and it is working. And now, let us try to check some of the features or configuration of this Wi-Fi router. And for the network map, it will show you that if you're currently connected to the internet, and the mesh devices that are currently configured, and the clients that are currently connected to your network. And for the internet tab, it will be the internet connection type. And for the wireless, this is where you can actually change the name of your Wi-Fi network, change the security, change the password, enable or disable the Wi-Fi frequency 2.4 or 5 GHz, or even enable Smart Connect. And aside from that one, you can also create your guest network here. And the next one will be the Advanced tab. For the Advanced tab, there is actually a lot of things that you can actually do. But let us try to focus on some of the important things that I think you need. Okay, for the network, we have here the status, the internet, the LAN, IPTV, DHCP server. Okay, for the DHCP server, this is the IP pool that will be given to your network or connected devices on your network. And why I say this is important, if you have a network printer or a server that you want them to have a specific IP all the time, whenever they are connected to the network, you can actually assign a reserved IP for them. Just get their MAC address and reserve an IP that you want to give them. Then the next one will be the dynamic DNS routing. And for the TP-Link ID, for the TP-Link ID guys, this is where you need to sign up a TP-Link account so you can actually log into your mobile app or Tether, and you can actually remote your Wi-Fi router even you are not at home. Okay, and aside from that one, we have here the wireless settings and guest network. We have talked about that earlier. We have the wireless schedule. Actually, you can schedule to automatically turn off your wireless network. And aside from that one, we have the WPS additional settings, not forwarding, and parental controls. Guys, for the parental controls, you can actually create a profile and give them a filter or time control. So for example, let us have here test and the devices that you want to create a profile for the parental control. So Huawei P3, then add, then maybe next, then aside from that one, blacklist or manage content, maybe just next, and the time control when they will be allowed to access the internet. Okay, that is for the parental control. And we have here the QoS, the security, firewall, access control, VPN, server, IPv6, Smart Life Assistant for Alexa, one mesh system if you have one, and of course for the system where you can actually update the firmware if there is a new update. And of course the other administration configuration in here as well. Okay guys, for our baseline testing, we are just standing beside the TP-Link AX23 and we are currently connected on the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency instead of the 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. And let's try to do a speed test for our baseline. And guys, we are connected to Converge plan 2,500 pesos, which is about 100 Mbps upload and download speed, which sometimes goes over and sometimes below 100 Mbps. Okay, and we have 111 download and 122 of upload speed. And we will be moving now to the roof deck just to show you if we can still access the internet or the network connection coming from the TP-Link AX23. And guys, this is a concrete wall in our house and we have a concrete stairs as well and wood on top. And of course, on our roof deck, we have a concrete flooring with tiles on top as well. Okay guys, here is where we usually test our internet connection from the previous routers that we have tested before. And guys, let us try to check that we are still connected on the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency of this AX23. Okay, and it seems we are still connected. Then let's try to do a speed test. And we have 36 MB of download speed and 17 upload speed. And guys, I would just like to show you or translate this on how actually it is usable. And let's try to open YouTube, and let's try to open this video, and let's skip. Then let's try to check if we can play this one on advanced, maybe 1080p. If we will have low buffering. Okay, and it seems it is actually quick when we scroll the time bar. Okay guys, and right now we are just sitting beside the TP-Link AX23, and we have a single digit latency just walking around here, and maybe let's try to check this one. And we still have a good internet connection or a good latency for Mobile Legends. But now let us try to check if we will move on the other side of this concrete wall, and if we will still have a single digit latency. Okay, and it seems we still have a good connection on this one. Okay, and maybe let's try to move on the roof deck as well, if we will still be able to access and have a good latency on Mobile Legends. Maybe let us just sit here. Okay, I just like to show you that those are the stairs. And guys, we have almost single digit latency all the time, and sometimes it goes around more than 10 but less than 20 latency, and I think that is a good sign. Okay, and now for the conclusion. Let us try to summarize what we have done. And guys, we have been testing this unit for 4 days now, and it is powered on 24/7, so we can give you an idea if we are getting disconnected from this router. And fortunately enough, we didn't encounter any drop connection. For the good things that we have seen earlier as well, the configuration. It is really easy to configure, and it also notifies you if there is a better configuration aside from the regular configuration. And the example is actually a double NAT issue earlier that what we have encountered. And for the management, it is a very simple and direct management console, and I think it is really easy to understand even for beginners. And a good addition is that you can control or change the configuration of this router remotely with your TP-Link ID. But of course, you need to create a TP-Link account first. For the performance, guys, you have seen it. It performs well. We are able to access the internet on the roof deck, ground floor, or even in our bedroom. And even though there are actually thick concrete walls, if you have not seen it earlier, thick concrete walls and thick concrete stairs. And aside from the speed test, streaming videos on those locations is not an issue as well. We have tried to watch a YouTube video on the roof deck and scroll the timeline, and we got a good playing quality on YouTube. For gaming, I was really astonished on how well it performs. We got a good latency, a single digit latency even on our roof deck. Most of the time, it's a single digit latency, but sometimes around 10 or less than 20 latency, and it is still a good latency for Mobile Legends or other gaming. And the other things that I think needs improvement, or maybe the things that I'm looking for, are bandwidth control for specific devices, especially if you have a limited or small internet bandwidth, it will be useful. But for users who have a bigger bandwidth, it might not be an issue. But I believe it is a good to have. And another is the USB port. Again, it might not be an issue for some, but it will be a good addition as well, especially if we are looking for a printer that doesn't have Wi-Fi capability. And for the dual-core processor, I think I can let it go. Given the price range of 2,990 pesos, it is a good option. It can still handle a lot of devices because it is already Wi-Fi 6 technology. And will I recommend this router? Guys, for me, definitely it is a good option. Performance, it is absolutely great for less than 3,000 pesos. You'll have a great experience for this router. And you have seen it earlier. But if you have a tons of devices and you have a busy network, get something with a quad-core processor, it will help a lot to process those graphics. But again, this router is only 2,990 pesos SRP. It is an affordable Wi-Fi 6 router. And in case the range is still not enough for you, this router has mesh capability. So you can just add another mesh router and create your mesh network and significantly improve your range. And guys, if you want to avail this TP-Link Archer AX23, this will be available this November on online official stores on Lazada and Shopee. I'll include the link on the description below, and also available in partner retail store nationwide. And I think that is all. I hope you like the video. If you do, hit that like button, and if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well, so we can create more videos to help you decide if this Wi-Fi router or other gadgets or other technology gadgets or other tech items are good enough for you. So you can also comment on down below or message me at JK Chavez if you have comments, suggestions, or questions. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, stay safe, and bye!